Hey guys, in this video we're going to be talking more about surface area. We've been using nets. We're going to be talking about using formulas. I'm going to go through and show you how to use the formulas and where they came from. I have a couple examples. You can use these if you want. You can continue drawing the nets. Either way, it's up to you. Whichever one you prefer, they're both perfectly fine. So here we have a cube. Okay. And we've been over that. Its net is just 6 squares, and they're all the same size. Okay. And the area of a square are the side lengths multiplied together, or the side length squared. So since there's 6 of those, we're going to have 6 times, 6 times the area, so 6 times a squared, which if you want to see it expanded out, remember that squaring a number means multiplying it by itself. So this is 6 times a times a. Okay, so here on this example, if I drew it, okay, these measurements are all 7. So I could go through and do 7 times 7 is 49, plus 49, plus 49. Or I can use my formula. The surface area is 6 times my side length of 7 squared, which means 6 times 7 times 7, 6 times 49. Which is 294 square yards. Okay, so that is the surface area of my cube. On this one, we have a rectangular prism. So here I have a base, and here's my other base. So I have 2 base rectangles. And you can see that the areas are found by the length times the width for both of those. So I have 2 length times width. Then I have 2 smaller rectangles on the sides. Okay, that's these 2. Okay, and they have an area of the height times the width. So this h carries over here, so this is h times w. So I have 2 of those. And then last, I have 2 of these slightly larger rectangles. Okay, and their area is found by the length times the height. So LH. I have 2 of those. So let's call, on this example, this rectangle on top is our base. Okay. This 6 meters is the same measurement as up here. And this 16 meters is this measurement up here. Okay, so I have 2 of those, 6 times 16, plus if I'm going to do these ones on the side, it's 16 by 3, so 2 of the 16 by 3 rectangles. The last one I have is right here. This 3 stays over here, So I have two rectangles that are a 6 by 3. Okay, so my surface area is 2 times 6 times 16 is 96, plus 2 times 16 times 3 is 48, plus 2 times 6 times 3 is 18. Okay, and then I'm going to do 2 times 96 is 192, plus 2 times 48 is 96, plus 2 times 18 is 36. So now I'm going to add all those together. And that is 324 square meters. There we go. Goodness. Okay, here we have a cylinder. It is made up of its net is made up of 2 circles and 1 rectangle in the middle. The area for a circle is pi times the radius squared, and I have 2 of those. So I have 2 of the pi times the radius squared. Then I have 1 rectangle in the middle. And his length, so here, is the same as the circumference of a circle. And the circumference of a circle is 2 times the radius. Okay, so to get the area of the rectangle, I would have to take 2 times pi times the radius as the length of the rectangle times the height of that rectangle. So that is where we get that. I'm going to add that to my 2 circles. So let's start. My surface area is 2 times pi times the radius squared. Right here my radius is 3, plus 2 times pi times the radius times h. Well, my radius was 3, and my height is right here. So the space between the 2 circles, and it's 4 centimeters. Okay. So this is 2 times pi times 3 squared means 3 times 3, which is 9, plus 2 times pi times 3 times 4 is 12. Okay, so I'm going to take 2 times 3.14 times 9 is 56.52, plus 2 times 3.14 times 12, 75.36, and I add those together and I get 131.88 square centimeters. Okay, and our last example for now is a triangular prism. Okay, so it has a triangular base, hence its name. And it has an area of the base times the height divided by 2. And there's 2 of those triangles. So we have 2 times base times height divided by 2. Then in this blue one, we have a rectangle that's h by x. We have 1 of those. In the middle, we have a purplish rectangle. My x measurement comes over here, and it's my y times my x, so x times y. And then in green, again, the measurement over here is x, and this one is b times x. Okay, triangular prisms have the most variability in the sizes of their lateral faces. Okay, so let's start with our triangular base. Surface area is 2 times, my base is 15 times my height of 8 divided by 2, plus, let's do this rectangle behind. It is a 20 by 8. Plus, let's do this bottom rectangle. It's a 15 by 20. Plus, this rectangle on top of it all is 17 by 20. Okay. So up here I'm multiplying by 2 and dividing by 2, so those cancel out. And I just have 15 times 8. Oops. Which is 120. Plus 20 times 8 is 160. Plus 15 times 20 is 300. Plus 17 times 20, which is 340. So I'm going to add those together, 120 plus 160 plus 300 plus 340. So my total surface area of the triangular prism is 920 square feet. So if you prefer formulas, I hope this was helpful and informative for you. It does take practice figuring out which measurement goes with what part of the formula. So I would continue drawing the nets and practicing that until you get pretty comfortable with it. But other than that, have a great day.